Okay, welcome back. As I said in the previous video, this is a direct continuation. For you, it's been about a week since you've seen the last video. For me, it's been about 20 or 30 seconds. All I did was rename the previous video, and it's ready to be edited if I choose, and then we'll go ahead and upgrade or upload that. However, from here, what we're going to do is we're going to continue directly where we left off at. We're going to do a little bit of a walk around. Notice how this bar does not touch the edge all the way around. This is because the bar itself is floating. What I can do though is if I open up an application, let's say our system settings here, and I push this down where it gets close to it, it will go ahead and seat itself on the dock, just like that. It'll stop floating and it'll just seat itself. One of the things that Plasma likes to do is it likes to do, I'm going to use an old school term called eye candy. And eye candy basically is visual effects. It's pretty much all it is, like wobbly windows, 3D animated cube, desktop switching, this little thing here where it automatically docks itself, that kind of thing. I'm not going to dive too deep into that because there's quite literally that's a rabbit hole in of itself. What I am going to do is go ahead and walk through some of the features and basic settings that you can do here, especially the ones that I personally prefer. You, of course, are free to roam. With that, let's go ahead and continue. So here on quick settings, what we have in this section right here, it says clicking files and folders. If we were to move this button down to opens them, anytime you single click on an item, it will open it. I personally find that very irritating, and it's not very Windows-like. So if you're coming from Windows, you want to make sure this is set at selects them. This is the animation speed. The slider will go from slow to instant. It just depends on how you want the visual effects to play out on your system. I usually just leave it alone because I don't really notice or care. One thing I am going to do though is we're going to go here to mouse and touchpad. And on here, we're going to go down to screen edges. This is not a laptop, so it does not have a touchpad installed. And I have a Logitech M720 Triathlon wireless mouse currently hooked up to it. I can change my pointer speed, whether I'm doing left-handed or not. Scrolling speed, invert the scroll. If you are coming from Mac, you can turn this on and it'll be more native to you. But I am going to leave everything the way it is. We're just going to screen edges. All right, so a few videos ago, I installed, I believe it was, it was KDE Neon, which also uses this same Plasma 6 in a virtual machine, and the screen edges was not working, and I haven't done any research on it. I still think it has something to do with the fact that it's in a virtual machine. However, this upper left-hand corner is currently activated, so if you point at it, what it'll do is it allows you to switch between your desktops. You can start a new desktop if you want, a new virtual desktop. Windows uses these, Mac uses these. So if you use virtual desktops, you can bring that workflow straight over with you. Or if you don't want them up there, you can go ahead and choose no action. You can choose over here at a different corner. Like let's say you want to, let's say OK Runner. We have to apply it. Now if I go up here, it's going to show my K-Runner here, and then I just search for things that I want. And then I'll be able to go ahead and activate it from there. Firewall, Firefox, that kind of thing. Or what I can do is I can, I think it's Application Launcher. Hang on a second, I got to apply that real quick. Oh, okay, so that's the application launcher. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. Present Windows, great overview, present all desktops, activity monitor, present Windows. You can do your lock screen, peek at desktop. I personally don't use these. I usually just turn it off completely. But you can play around with it all you want. Back to mouse here. Touchscreen. I don't have a touchscreen on this. I am going to go to display and monitor, make sure this is set to the proper resolution and at 100% scale, and my refresh rate has been selected already. Here you can do Bluetooth. I don't normally use Bluetooth devices. I do have a couple, but 99% of the time I do not use them. So I go ahead and disable that. That way it's not currently in use. Blah, 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 Thunderbolt, color management, printers. You can add a printer in here. In fact, I have a Wi-Fi printer in the other room. It's not even in the same room with me. I'm going to see if it detects it. It should. Come on now. There it is. So this Brother printer here, it's automatically set up with a driverless option. There. Well, I didn't add it. I'll try it again. I so very rarely print either. In fact, I've printed more test pages with that printer than I have anything else. Okay, select recommended driver. Okay, and then you can set it as your default printer if you want, that kind of thing. You can print test pages, and it's been added. So if we go back to printers, there's my default printer. That's how easy it is to install a printer in Linux. Okay, so I can change my wallpaper here. Basically, that's going to go ahead and change the default. This comes with some interesting wallpapers in of itself. But I am going to show you something a little bit different. So on colors and themes, what we're going to do here is we get to pick your theme. If you want this one here, which is basically a light mode, then you have dark mode, and then Breeze Twilight and Fedora. Fedora is just a modified version of Breeze Twilight. This here is a mixture to where you have like light windows but dark menus kind of thing. You can go in here, you can change the colors, the accent colors that you want. Personally, I like a dark taskbar down here, but I also like the dark at the top. So I'm going to choose this one here, and when I click apply, it's going to go ahead and change that around for me. I don't normally use Nightlight. I don't even have all of the application installed for that. Plasma style, application style, you can choose how the Windows is drawn. This is kind of like a flat look here. This here is like an old school, like Windows 9X, like it says. Same thing with Plasma styles. You can do Windows decorations. You can always change these around, add more, install them. KDE has been forever the tweaker's dream. You could go in here and tweak and tweak and tweak and customize this to you till the cows come home. We're not going to go through all of that. We're just going to basically walk through some of the more common ones, and that's about it. Icon, you can choose your icon set, your cursor set, whether you want different kinds of cursors, that kind of thing. Sounds, I've just turned that off. I don't like a noisy computer. Splash screen, and then log in here. Again, you can have different login screens. Like when you boot up and you put in your password, a regular login screen, kind of like your Windows login screen. You can even choose different ones of those. We are going to choose a different background on the login screen here in a little bit, maybe in the next video. This one's already 9 minutes long, but we'll go from there. We'll see. Text and fonts. You can change your fonts around. Another thing I like to do is I don't like screensavers. I live by myself. I don't have anybody here to keep out of my computer, so I never need to activate a screensaver. If I'm sitting at my computer, I'm actively using it. When I'm done with it, I turn my monitor off. Hence, no need for a screensaver. All right, I will go ahead and set this to where it does absolutely nothing. So it doesn't lock, doesn't change the brightness, doesn't suspend any sessions or anything like that. This is just my personal preference. You're more than welcome to change any of this stuff around as you like. Okay. Another feature that we can do here is if we right click on our taskbar, we can go in here and show panel configuration. And then you can go ahead and change the position of the bar. You can change its opacity, its style, its visibility, its width. You can change anything you want about this desktop environment. You can add widgets. So alternatives. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get away from that there. This button here is your show desktop. Like if you have a bunch of windows open, you click this button down here, it will show you your desktop. Clock and calendar. This little icon here is to show hidden icons. It's just like the one in Windows. It's just Windows has it all the way over here to the left, where this one is over here to the right. Okay. There are a few other things that I want to go ahead and cover. I'm going to do it real quick. Like I said, we're at 11 minutes, and I still have another video or maybe two on this little tour of KDE Plasma. So if I don't cover it in this video, don't sweat it. I'll get to it in a little bit. You have your USB devices here. Like currently my live USB is still in. If I plugged in an external drive, I can click that USB symbol there, click mount and open, and it will open my external USB. Brightness. Volume, this is the microphone, which I don't have hooked up. You can mute it, change the volume, whatever. This is the speakers, audio. You can raise and lower the audio there. And you can choose how applications interact with it too. Currently, I don't have any applications playing any sounds. So we'll just go ahead and leave that at that. And yeah, let's go ahead and cut the video there. I will, like I said, I will continue this in the next video. And as always, if you like these videos, you want to see more, make sure you click that like and that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you're notified of the next video comes out. If you aren't already aware, we do Saturday videos, so they're released Friday night at midnight, Central Standard Time inside the United States. And with that, I will see you in the next one.